Meowdy. Hello. Meowdy. Hi. Hi. Hello. Meowdy. 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 Let's say hi, Meowdy. Hold on, let me let me see. Meowdy Sienna. Meowdy Nitro. Meowdy I underscore like underscore Prodigens. Meowdy, Meowdy Sakilo, Meowdy dies, so Snow, Meowdy, Meowdy Flapjacks, hello, Meowdy Danny, Flying the Fox, Meowdy, Meowdy, hello, hi, did you guys miss me? Sorry, I haven't streamed VRChat in so long. Rico! Meowdy! Hope everyone is having a great Saturday. That is a great thing to hope. And I hope so as well. Meowdy Sekilo! Oh my goodness, these Ferality instances are framey. I'm alone in here, and my frame rate is like 20 frames a second. Jesus. Tell us how you almost died. Patience. Everything in its due time. What's the rush? We have 2 hours to spare. I'm here, I'm alive, you can see I'm standing, you can see me moving. Just give it a minute for people to realize that I'm streaming, because I don't want to start telling this story. I don't want to start telling this story. And then people start noticing that I'm telling the story, and they join late in the story, you know? And then I have to tell the story again and that kind of stuff, you know? Just calm down. Let's just, you know, the stream just started. It just started. We're chilling. We're saying hi. We're saying hello. How have you guys been? I haven't talked to you guys in so long. At least not like in this one-on-one fashion. I know streaming Minecraft, but Minecraft it's a lot more you guys watching me play, and this is more of me talking to you guys. So, how's life? How are you guys doing? Oh my god, you alive? I am. Hi. Hi. In the flesh or in the fur? Meowdy Ram. Use the opportunity to learn about the engine I'm operating behind. Still don't trust the fact that if electric goes out, engine goes out. Oh my goodness. Finally went on a fur walk. What's a fur walk? Never heard of that before. Doing good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. How are you doing? I'm okay. Meowdy squared. You forgot your job. Imagine. Didn't you just get hired? I should change my status. There we go. You've been going good. I went to your first convention yesterday. It was so much fun. Ooh, I remember my first convention. It was so much fun too. Oh, chat. What's going on, Squared? Hello, I am the new mod. Yes. I have not streamed in so long. I forgot how big my tail is. It's like dragging on the ground. Look at it. It's like sliding on the ground. It's so big, I'm wiping the ground with it. Using the right microphone? That's the question. Oh, I'm using the right microphone on stream. I'm not using the right microphone in VR chat. There we go. Your first IRL convention, someone passed out on the bus. Just a normal guy. Heat stroke, and you're just wearing a hoodie. Meanwhile, the guy in the fursuit is like fighting for their life and doesn't die. Goodness gracious me! What a story I have for you guys. I have to make a video about this. Not sure how to go about it. I don't think I'm gonna make a video out of the stream. I don't want to make a long format video. Probably a short or something. Talking about it, because that's what I do. I talk about my life experiences. Pawjob72, thanks for the follow. The curse of having to read usernames. Any meows, any meows, any meows. What happened? Socks. What the tuna happened? Last week you were super excited about getting your license. This week you got in a plane crash. What's up with that? I don't know if I would call it a plane crash. No, calling it a plane crash. I'm trying to, exaggerating, getting my clickbait, getting my clicks, getting my clicks. The right term would be crash landing. Because all in all, the damage to the plane is not as big as it would have been on a plane crash. And even if you want to get even more technical, it would be an emergency off-field landing. So that is, you had to land outside of an airport for an emergency situation. So, I mean, despite the fact of it not being like a plane crash, I do not want to understate the danger of the situation that I found myself in, and the amount of things that had to go right for me to be able to stand on my own 2 feet here talking to you guys. And a quick way for you guys to like reference this is the slowest speed at which the plane I was flying can fly. That's called the stall speed. If I fly any slower than the stall speed, the plane is gonna fall off the sky. The slowest speed the plane can fly is 65 knots, which if you're normal, that's basically the slowest I can go is 120 kilometers per hour. And if you are in freedom units, that would be around 70 to 75 miles per hour. That is the slowest the plane can fly. So, hitting anything at that speed is pretty dangerous, So you gotta slow down. We have time. Oh, there's so many birds around, dude. I'm just gonna walk you through the whole flight of what I can talk about. I can tell you my experience. I can tell you what I saw. I can tell you what my judgment was and such. I can tell you my point of view. What I'm not gonna be able to tell you is, oh my goodness, did I not turn off the world music? Yeah. Oh, the waterfall sound went away. It was a nice waterfall sound. Let me see if I can turn off the music over here. Audio? Music. There we go. I can turn off the music and then bring back the waterfall sound. It's very soothing. I like the waterfall sound. So what I'm not gonna be able to talk about is the why, the how, or the exactly what, because that is something that will be determined by the investigation, which is still ongoing. So I'm not gonna be able to talk anything about what exactly happened to the engine. That's gonna have to wait. But I can tell you what happened from my point of view. Meowdy Xenon. You arrived a little late. See, that's why I haven't started. Because people are noticing that I'm streaming. They're arriving late. So yeah, right. So let's set the scene first. Let's set the scene. around like a month ago ish, last month, I passed what's called a check ride, which is the last practical exam that you need to take to get your private pilot license, which is the most basic license you can get, but it's a pilot license. You can fly, right? Meowdy Flicky. So I passed my check ride, which means I was officially a pilot. However, I had to wait for the aviation authority to print my license, which is, you know, bureaucracy and all that stuff. So I had to wait around a month without flying because I didn't have a license, because my student license was not valid because I was no longer a student, and they had not printed my pilot license. So I was in this limbo. I was unable to fly just because I didn't have the license on paper or like printed. So a month had passed since I last flew. I finally got my license, and I just hit up my flight to like, hey, is there any slot available so I can fly? And the flight school has there's no rule about this. Like, if you have a pilot license, you could in theory just fly by yourself. That is allowed. Oh, I have a matrix now. That is allowed. And I can stretch too. So that is allowed. However, you know, for safety, you know, it was I had not flown in a month. It was my first flight with my pilot license, like not as a student. So the flight school was like, you know what, we're not gonna send you with an instructor, but we're gonna send you with a more experienced pilot, just to tag along and make sure that nothing happens. You know, he's a passenger, basically, a passenger with knowledge. I can ask him stuff if I want. He can take control of the plane, like if he deems it necessary, or like just, you know, he's just there for safety, right? So, but the pilot in command is me. It's my plane, and I am the pilot flying, right? So I finally get the chance to fly after a month, and it's my first flight with my pilot license, and I know that I'm going with an experienced pilot. So I decide that, you know what, I can, like, if I'm going with an experienced pilot, let's just fly a route that I haven't flown before. You know, he can teach me the way. You know, I'm just so I already know it, because it's a pretty common route that a lot of my classmates do, and I want to fly there too. So I'm gonna fly to this airport that I have not flown before. I did my flight plan the night before. I got to the airport on time, and I met with the other pilot. The other pilot, of course, he asked me a few questions, you know, just basic knowledge. He was just testing my knowledge, making sure that I am someone that knows how to fly. You know, he wants to be sure that if he's going to be a passenger of another pilot, the other pilot knows how to fly, right? So he asked me a few questions. He tested my knowledge. I satisfied all of that. I believe I satisfied all of that. He did not tell me anything about it. I went out into the hangar, the ramp where the plane was. I did what's called a walk around. It's, as the name says, a walk around the plane, in which you check all the components. So I just took my time. I checked that everything was fine as per the checklist dictates, and called for gas to get the tanks in the plane fueled up, and I just filled them up to the brim. So we were full of fuel. That's a hard sentence to say. So we're ready to leave. We get on the plane. We both of us get on the plane. Again, me and the more experienced pilot that's with me. He's not an instructor. He's not a certified instructor, but he has more experience flying than me. But it is my plane. I'm the pilot flying, and he's just as a passenger, basically. So we go we turn on the plane as per the checklist dictates, and contact tower, and we go to the holding point of the runway. The holding point is like a piece of it's just like a road-ish thingy, a taxiway, where you can just park your plane off the side, waiting to take off. And that's where we do what's called a run-up checklist. A run-up checklist is an engine testing. You know, you're in the ground, you set your parking brakes, which by the way, planes have parking brakes. So you set your parking brakes, the plane is not gonna go anywhere. You set your power to like pretty high, like 2000 RPM, and you check that the magnetos work. The magnetos are the what ignites the fuel in the pistons. If you know about engines and such, you make sure that the magnetos work. There's 2 on the plane, so you just make sure that they both work. You make sure that the fuel pressure is okay. You make sure that the oil pressure is okay. You make sure that the carburetor heat works. You make sure that all the engines, like, you know, you only have one engine in this plane, so you want to make sure that the one engine that you have is working properly before you take off. So this is what you do, and that's procedure. That's standard procedure. You test the engine before you take off, and it was just standard. It looked fine. Nothing out of the ordinary. There was no vibration. There was no weird sounds. So we passed the engine check. Cool. We were getting ready to take off. That includes what's called a takeoff briefing. This is basically out loud. A pilot should tell to itself what he's gonna do and what he's gonna do if there's an emergency. Because if you brief yourself out loud, you have it top of mind, you know. So when something actually happens, you already you have it. You just said it out loud, and your brain had to think about what it was gonna say. So we're going to be taking off of this runway. At this speed, we're going to rotate. If an engine failure happens before this, we're going to land back on the runway. If it happens after this without remaining runway, we're going to land on a field. If it happens after this, above this height, we're going to do a 180-degree turn to the left, and we're going to land on the opposing runway. That's an abbreviated takeoff briefing. In that takeoff briefing, I said that in case of an engine failure, I would be the pilot flying, and the pilot that was me, he would be the pilot monitoring or and handle what's the communications. So we line up with we request for takeoff. We line up with the runway. 35 stream streak, getting close to 67. Oh my goodness! By the time I have done 67 streams, I don't know if the meme is still a thing. So I line up with the runway, and we get cleared for takeoff. So we just full power, engine instrument screen. We take off. We are airborne now, and we start climbing. We climb to around 3,000 feet, which is, for a cross-country flight, is a flight that's more than 50 nautical miles from the airport you departed. A nautical mile, oh my god. A nautical mile is just a little bit longer than normal mile, than a regular mile. It's like 1.1, 1.2 normal miles. So you usually go a little higher there, but some rain had already passed. I wanted to maintain visual with the terrain, so I decided to cruise something that would be 3,000 feet. As we take off, there is a cloud in the way, so I just decide to descend to 2,500 feet. Again, prioritizing maintaining visual with the terrain, you know, because I'm not flying with instruments, I'm flying looking outside with reference points on the ground, like, okay, well, there's the beach that I have to fly over, so I'm gonna fly that way, you know, that kind of thing. That's called dead reckoning in aviation. That would be the technical term. So we take off, we descend back to 2,500 feet, and that would be the cruising altitude that we would stay at for the rest of the flight. The first part of the flight was pretty standard. Nothing ever happened. The pilot that was with me, he would complain a lot about the height that we were flying at. Wait, the mattress is back. Okay, I know what I'm doing for this. Oh my god, you're a menace. So he would complain about the height, because he was maybe he jinxed it a little bit. But he had mentioned to me that he is scared of flying. And that this is a good thing for him because it makes him safer at flying. You know, he really makes sure that he's safe while he's flying. So he said that he didn't like that I was flying at 2,500 feet because if we lost an engine, then there was like no airport that we could land at. And well, I just said no. I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this height. I'm gonna stay at this height because I want to be able to see the ground. Like I could go higher, but then I'm not gonna be able to see the ground and see the points that I have to fly towards, right? So I never really acknowledged it. I never really climbed higher than 2,500 feet. I stayed at 2,500 feet for the rest of the flight. These planes. Are engine failures common with your type of planes? Engine failures are not common at all. It depends on the maintenance, but it is not a common thing to have survived the plane incident. That's not something many pilots can say. Pilots can retire from their career of old age without ever experiencing an emergency. So that's a thing I did. So the plane that I fly, it has 2 fuel tanks, one on each wing. It has 2 fuel tanks, one on each wing, and the engine can only take fuel for 1 tank at a time. So 30 minutes after like starting the engine and flying and all that stuff, you're advised to change the tank you're taking fuel from, just to keep the balance, you know, because if you take all the fuel from one side, the other wing is going to be heavier. So you're just trying to keep the wings balanced. So like 30 minutes after we fly, we do that. We turn on the electronic fuel pump. We switch the tank source, and then we turn off the fuel pump again, and everything is fine, right? Again, just standard procedures, standard flight. Maybe 30 more minutes have passed after that happened. We reached the last point that I know by heart where I'm going.
Ian Flying has been subscribed for 12 months. Woas. Less than 3.
And Feline, thank you so much for the tier 1, 12 months for a whole year. You're an OG. Because I got affiliate last year for Ality, dude. You've been subscribed. You've been subscribed since you've been able to be subscribed. Shout out, dude. So we reached the last point that I have flown myself. So I start like asking the. You missed the first batch just barely. Oh my goodness. So you're at 12 months. Of course you are. So I start asking like the pilot does with me, you know, like the directions, like what do the reference point look like? Because I know where they are on a map, but I have never seen them myself with the naked eye. So like I cannot like recognize them as easily. So he starts pointing me at the reference points, and Forest Leaf, thank you for the follow. He starts pointing me at the reference points, and I fly towards them, and we're just flying to the first one that was new. My friend bought a plane that was crashed in a field for parts. The story goes that he was beginning to learn to fly. He went out, took the plane with his friend, and forgot to swap tanks during the flight, causing one side to run dry. He then couldn't figure out how to swap tanks and crashed into the field. Oh my goodness. That's why you swap tanks. So, as we reach the first reference point, it was a town. We're flying over it, and we're like right there, either right over it or just past it. A very strong vibration from the engine starts to happen. Like the whole plane starts to shake pretty much from side to side. And there's a noticeable like loss in power. So at that point, I froze like for a few, maybe 1 or 2 seconds. Like, you know, you're in a phase of flight that you're just chilling. You're just nothing is going on. You're just vibing. The pilot that was with me, he was playing music, so we're just vibing to the music. And then something that's not normal happens, and then and it's related to the only engine that you have, which is the only thing keeping you in the air. So it's a pretty strong shock. I froze for like maybe 1 or 2 seconds. The pilot that was with me, him being more experienced and all, he had never been in an emergency either. He immediately just like hit me in the side and told me to maintain glide speed. That is the speed that you should maintain when you lose engine power entirely, which in this plane would be 75 knots. Oh, there goes the meters. Which in this plane would be 75 knots. Thank you. Thank you, Marcus. Oh, never mind. I'm a robot now. I'm a robot matrix. All right. I am a little bit upset at the maid dress because it's not a maid dress kind of story. Oh my god. I broke my full body. There we go. So beep boop. So where was I? Right, the engine starts vibrating. The pilot that's with me, he hits me like on the side and tells me to keep the glide speed, which is 75 knots, and tells me to look for a field, like look for somewhere to land, you know? Look for somewhere to land. So I focus on looking outside and maintain the glide speed. And at this point, and he like checks the engine instruments. He like out loud says, like, you know, the oil pressure is good, the fuel pressure is good, there's fuel in the remaining tank, the oil temperature is good. I can hear it. I can hear him saying that, and he starts contacting tower as well. I'm looking outside. I'm looking for somewhere to land. I start flying parallel to a highway that was there. Because I was thinking, you know, there's cars. There is cars. I would rather try not to hit a car. But if it's my only, if it's my last option, that's where I'm gonna land. So I was flying parallel to that while looking for a better spot to land. And I see. By this point, we both thought that we lost the engine entirely. We were thinking the worst, you know. I was looking for a field to land, and just off the highway, just a little bit, I see this field. That's it's brown, unlike the other fields around that are green, you know, moist and wet, like full of like plants. This one was brown, it was dry, it was empty. So I was like, there. I point at that field. I asked the pilot that's with me, like, what do you think of that field? He said, that's good. Okay, so next stop, I fly towards the field, and I start orbiting it. I start just going around the field. Moist is it's less than dry for landings. This is true, because a moist ground is smooth, it's soft, and it's more likely than that the wheels will just sink into it. So I start orbiting it. I start just going around it. And now that I know where I'm landing, like I'm not like panicking looking outside, like I need to find a place to land, I tune back into the plane. And I start looking, you know, I'm maintaining my glide speed. Look how fast we're descending, and we are descending really slow. Like you were descending slower than Bloomy. Hello, gaping dog. So we're descending a lot slower than you would expect with a full engine failure. So I'm like, well, are we producing power? I started looking at other stuff, because by now the pilot that was with me, he had been like troubleshooting while I was looking for the place to land. I see that the throttle is at max, which it wasn't before. The mixture is lean. I'm gonna have to explain a little bit this, and it's important that I explain it. So planes fly high up. The higher you go, the less dense the air is. The less dense the air is, the less molecules of oxygen there are. So you need to match the molecules of fuel to the molecules of oxygen for an efficient burn. So the higher you go, the less fuel you want to send into the engine, just to keep it burning effectively, you know? And you also save fuel while you're at it. That's called leaning the mixture. We had done that when we took off. We leaned it, so the mixture was, when I talk about the mixture, it's at a red lever next to the throttle. I was like halfway down, so it was lean at the optimum like rate. I see the throttle is full, the mixture is lean, and I see that the RPM, which at max power the plane should be producing around just over 2,600 RPM. And between 2,500 to 2,600, it depends on which model of the engine it is. But it's producing 2,000 RPM instead. Do commercial planes do this? No. Commercial planes are not the same as piston. They do not use piston engines. They use turbofan engines, which work differently. So 2,000 RPM. We are not producing the power that we should, but we are producing some power, and we're descending a lot slower. So to which I immediately like notice this, and I go to the pilot that's with me, like, hey, calm down. He was a little agitated. Like, calm down. Hey, we have engine power. We have some engine power. It's a partial engine failure. It's not a total engine failure. Because up until then, I was thinking that it was a total engine failure. At that point, I was a lot more. Again, I was focused, but I was like, hey, it's a partial engine failure. We have some engine power. We can maintain altitude, but we cannot climb. So we were slowly descending. We're not descending as fast as a full engine failure would have been, but we were descending very slowly. So the tower at some point had told us about an airfield that was nearby. Neither of us was familiar with the location of this airfield. By now, I remember they brought the airfield up, and I was like, I asked the pilot that was with me, like, okay, we have some engine power. Do you want? We have two options, right? That's what I said. We have two options. We either stay here and land in this field that we've been flying around, or we try to get to the other airport. To which he pointed out, and very reasonably so, like, even if we have some engine power, we don't know when the engine is gonna give up on us. So I'd rather not risk it. And I agreed with that. So I said, okay, we're staying at the field. So we kept going around, descending very slowly. Again, we could not climb, but we could maintain altitude. And every time we would turn, it would descend a little bit. So we went from 2,500 feet down to 2,000, down to 1,500, just slowly going around the field. He's handling everything with communications. He's handling all that search and rescue, writing down numbers, telling them where we are, where we're gonna land. I mean, I'm letting him take time. We try to recover the engine. We enrich the mixture, which is giving more fuel to the engine, which in theory should make it produce as the most power it can, but instead we lost more RPM. So I just told him to leave it where it was, lean it again, and the RPM came back, which is really weird. We're orbiting the field. By this point, I'm in my mind, I'm mentally like looking at the field. I'm mentally preparing myself, like, okay, well, this is gonna happen. This doesn't seem like there's another way out. I tried to look for any more suitable or smoother surfaces nearby, preferably a road. That's what I was trying to avoid, is like the holes and batches in the most smooth terrain. I really didn't want to land in dirt. So I don't find any spot, but I look at I'm looking at the field. I see the field lines, the lines where they put the plants. They go like north to south. I know the wind usually in Panama comes from the north, so I know that I want to land towards the north. I noticed that there is trees on the north side, so I'm gonna land from the south towards the north. And there's like there's a road next to the field. I'm like looking at the field like this. Okay, we're gonna land here. Around 1,000 feet. We've been going around. We maybe went around it maybe like 3 or 4 times. At 1,000 feet over the terrain, I look at the RPM. And I see that it's reducing slightly, very slightly. It goes from 2,000 RPM, that like just under 2,000 RPM that it had been producing, and it starts just slowly going down to like 1,900. And my mind is like, okay, that's it. The engine, we're not gonna be able to keep going around this field anymore. The engine is gonna give up on us. So I myself, like I'm like, okay, well, I don't wanna risk doing one more lap and being on the wrong side that I don't want to be, that I don't want to land. I want to decide to land we're going this way, so I can just turn around and land. At 1,000 feet, I go over to the pilot that's with me and I tell him, the engine is not going to last us one more lap. I'm going to land on the field. Are you okay with this? He said, he looked at the altitude, he said like 1,000 feet. Okay, yeah, sure. Immediately after saying sure, he asked me, do you want me to take controls? I thought about it for like maybe 1 second, and I just decided not to. I said no. I'll have controls. It's really hard for me to tell you guys why I did a lot of the things I did up until this point, because when it comes to this situation, like a very tense situation, your life is on the line, you're in a very dangerous situation, and thanks for the follow, Solai. At least me, I just reverted to my training, pretty much, if you want to say that. Like, you stop reasoning, you stop tying, like, you know when you're like in a pinboard and you start tying like lines together. You don't do that. All your thoughts are just one and go. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, you're not really reasoning, you're just thinking. You're just doing, basically. You're just doing what you trained for. You're just doing what you've been briefed. You're just flying with your heart, pretty much. So I can try to explain why I decided to keep controls. To me, I feel like I had been flying the entire time, and he had been handling the communications. I did not want to add another layer of complications by giving him control. But I regardless of why, I decided to keep controls myself. I also tell him, so planes have something called flaps. Flaps are little leading ailerons at the back of the wing that fold down. These create more drag, these create more lift. We had not been using that the entire time. I did not want any extra drag. But it's basically a handbrake looking lever in the middle of the seats. Just grab it and pull it. It's basically a handbrake. You grab it, push down the button, and pull it up. It has 3 stages. It was a 0. I told him, because I didn't want to let go of the controls last minute just to pull the flaps. I told him, I'm gonna let you know when to put flaps, and you're gonna put full flaps for me. He said he asked full flaps, not 1 or 2. I said no, full flaps. I'm gonna ask you last second. So I extend my imaginary like downwind line. You know, I'm going longer, like further down the field. Do you have a question? Whoa, ask away. Ask away. I turn again towards the field, do basically a U-turn. And as I'm lining up with the field, I'm high. I'm like very high up. I'm higher than I usually would be. And I'm higher than I usually would be. And I know why. You know, this is a field that I have never seen before in my life. I don't know how high the field is. I don't have any reference to the ground of how high I should be in reference to the field. Or where I should turn towards the field. So I ended up turning earlier than I should have. And I ended up a little higher than I should have. By this point, I just... well, it's already too late. We don't have the engine to try and go around again. And it's not an impossible situation to get out of. It's just an slightly unfavorable. Like, it's not as optimal as I would have liked it to be. But there was no way to know like how high I was with respect to a field that I have never seen. So I cut the power, the throttle. I asked the pilot that's with me for full flaps. He pulls the little lever that's in the middle of the 2 seats. I remember from here on out, like a lot of things happen so fast. So I kind of remember it like a fever dream more than anything. It's really fuzzy. It's really hard to tell you the details, but at the same time, I can tell you the details perfectly because it all happened in slow motion, kinda. When he pulled the flaps, the plane was going pretty fast, and the flaps generate a lot of lift. So the plane kind of like bounces up a little bit higher and then starts slowing down and descending. We were flying at 75 knots the entire time up until then, because now we're like descending pretty steeply down to the ground because we're a little high. So maybe it went up to 85 knots or so. I'm trying to just aim short of the field just to pull and then just float for the rest of the way. We're descending and we get pretty close to the ground, to which I do what's called a flare maneuver, which is where you pull the nose up of the plane. And that's what I do. I pull the nose up. The pilot that's with me at that point, I think he also like grabbed on the controllers and helped me keep the nose up. And the plane by then is going pretty fast, so that's being affected by what's called a ground effect, which is the interaction of the air between the plane and the ground makes like some sort of cushion effect. If you ever seen a hovercraft, that's how they like float on the ground and the water. So it's going on the ground effect, a little bit, that little bit imaginary cushion, until it's like slow enough to settle on the ground. It touches the ground, and it touches the ground pretty smoothly. It was not a hard landing. The terrain was pretty bumpy. I have the feeling that at least once, like, we hit like some sort of bump or ramp or thingy, and the plane like became like did a little jump or something. We were not stepping off the brakes because, you know, we're in a soft field. If you try and brake, the nose here could like sink into the ground. So we're keeping the nose up. We're just slowing down very slowly. Trying to steer away from like bumps and stuff that we're seeing now from the ground that we could not see in the air. We're going pretty fast. I think by here, dude, I was like so locked in. It's such a weird feeling. Eventually the nose landing gear touches the ground, and we're slowing down a lot more. However, it's still going pretty fast. I remember seeing the end of the field with all the trees and stuff. You know, I'm being like slightly worried, like, dude, are we gonna stop in time? Before that, though, there was perpendicular to the field lines and perpendicular to the direction of travel of the plane, there was a little like ditch that was in the field. So the plane went over the ditch, still going pretty fast, and crossing the ditch on the uphill side. On the other side, the nose landing gear hits that uphill side and collapses on its own. The plane that I fly, it has fixed landing gear. The landing gear does not retract like the big planes. It's fixed. The nose landing gear collapses, which of course causes the nose of the plane to sink into the ground. From when that happened, everything like kind of happens in slow motion for me. I remember the nose of the plane went forward. Everything went forward, like it's like the whole world was just tilting upwards. It's because, you know, you're in the plane, so the whole plane goes forward, the whole world goes forward. I remember letting go of the controls of the plane to put my hands on the dash to kind of like hold my head from hitting anything. I remember like looking outside and seeing like all the dirt just splashing over like the sides, kind of like water. I don't know if it was from the propeller spinning or the nose of the plane like dragging on the ground. But I do remember vividly just seeing the dirt just splashing to the sides, kind of like water but brown. The plane just slid nose to the ground for a long while. Everything went forward. The whole you moved forward on your chair. You like fall forward a little bit and just grab on anything until the plane finally stops. Immediately after it stops, I cut the mixture of the engine, turn off the engine, you know, secure the plane. And the pilot is with me. He immediately tells me like, dude, get out. The plane that I fly only has one door. It's on the left side of the plane, so it's my seat, the seat where the pilot was with me flying, and then there's a door. So he got out first over the wing. He got out first, and then I got out. Of course, the shock. First thing I do after getting out is I look down, I pat myself, you know, I do like a quick little checkup, like, does anything hurt? I do remember my arm hurt a little bit, but I saw there was nothing broken, there was no blood. I pat my face, there's no blood, my face doesn't hurt. I go to the pilot that's with me, ask him like, does anything hurt for you? Are you okay? I look at him up and down, I see no blood. He's like, I hit my nose. Is there any blood? I tell him that there's no blood. Right. So immediately after that quick checkup, like we're both okay. We both got out on our own by our own means, and we're both nothing seems broken. Immediately is okay. Did you write down the number that the tower gave us? Call him. Right. He told me to call my dad, to call my family. I called my dad. He knew I was fine that day. I called him and I said, hello, Dad. Just so you know, I'm safe. Nothing hurt. There's nothing bleeding. But I was involved in a plane accident. We have to land in a field. I have to call a lot of people and coordinate search and rescue, but I just wanted you to know that I'm okay. And yeah, just so you know I'm okay, and just let him like share the news to the rest of the family. Then I went back. And then it was between calling the flight school. It was calling the flight school, calling search and rescue. We got back in the plane, pulled out the documents, finished securing the plane, pulled out our like bags and our headphones and all that stuff, and then we step away from the plane. We're just talking. Maybe it took like an hour and a half for search and rescue to find us. We gave them our location with GPS because we had GPS signal. Kiss the ground? I did not kiss the ground. Jesus. So, the first thing to arrive is a helicopter. Immediately followed by like the police and the firefighter ambulance. They arrive, they check us, they check that nothing is hurt. A little funny thing, like a few days prior, when I had been having like nausea issues and all that stuff, and my stepmom has said like, nausea, have you checked your blood sugar? You could get nauseous with blood sugar. So I had been like a little worried about my blood sugar prior to flying, and then after it happened, like they get me in the ambulance and they check my blood sugar, and I asked them like, how's my blood sugar? And he's like, yeah, looks good. I'm like, hey, nice. After the fact, that you've been there sitting there for like an hour and a half, and it's like, you're just like, hey, my blood sugar is nice, good. So the ambulance clears us, they get us in the helicopter, and they fly us back to the airport where we took off. Later that night, I went to the doctor, of course, to get checked. They didn't find anything wrong. They advised that I get X-rays and stuff of my neck and arm, just in case. I didn't have time for that because I had to go home, and for the investigation, they asked me to do a written account, basically of what I told you, but written. So that's what I did. I went home and I spent the rest of the night just writing everything I could remember, as many details as I could. And then next morning, they were gonna interview me at the accident investigation office. So next morning they asked me this. I had to tell them this story. Then I went to the air safety office that they also wanted to interview me about the same thing, so I had to tell the same story again. Is that you guys' version of the NTSB? Kinda, but they specialize in like aircraft accidents. It's not just transport. It's not just any transport. So after that, I went to go get X-rayed, and they found that I got whiplash. The curvature of my neck spine was straight because of the tightening of the muscles during the crash. So I had to wear a neck brace for a week. If you were not. But again, at the start of the stream, I said it. 120 kilometers per hour, and I got out of that plane with whiplash, and some bruises. I got 2 bruises. I got 1 here, and I got 1 here. Nothing broken. No bones broken. I have never broken any bones in my life. Again, Jesus Christ. I'm lucky for that, but nothing broken, nothing bleeding. Well, I guess I have broken bones in my life if you count my 2 incisive teeth, because I guess they are bones. And it's really surreal. It's really surreal. I have not cried yet. I kind of expected myself to cry like later. I almost cried after getting out of the plane, but I didn't. I think I got distracted with a phone call or something. And again, it just feels like a fever dream, you know? It just... The next few days, you know, you spend the next few days thinking, what could I have done different? Like, I could have done this, I could have done that. After you're done trying to think of the possibilities, at least I kind of realized, like, there was no point in trying to think of what I could have done different, because what happened already happened, and the outcome was a good outcome. So even though there is things that I could have done different, like, even though there is things that I could have done different, the things that I did do ended up in a really good outcome. Other things that have been in my mind after it happened, how am I alive? You know, again, it comes and goes. Like, you know, you come and go from the, you know, from realizing that you could have not survived, and being like, I'm such a good pilot. You know, being proud of yourself from surviving. But in between that coming and going, you think of, how did I survive? How did I survive because of luck, or did I survive because of skill and training? You know, how much am I standing here because I'm a good pilot, or am I standing here because I got lucky? And ultimately, there is no answer to this question. There is some luck, there is some skill, there is no really need. There's not a real need or a way to tell to which degree which one was which. And again, this is all hypotheticals. What happened has happened, and I am okay. I am alive, and I feel like that's what I should be appreciating the most, you know? But it's weird. It's weird. It's not something you can relate with people, you know? It's not a normal situation. You don't just find other furries on the internet that have been involved in a plane accident, you know? So you can bond over what their experience was. And even if maybe their scenario was not as different, or their scenario was like a lot more tame or a lot like harsher. So it's, you know, I've had to deal with this on my own. I had to deal with this on my own head. And I feel like I keep bringing it up. I feel like I keep bringing it up like more than I should, but it's also it's a big event. It's like a big thing. It's a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big deal. So, hi, you guys almost lost your socks. Imagine someone put me in the dryer, gone forever. Yeah, Tiny Bob. So that's that. I think I can hold on. I posted this picture on Twitter. I posted this picture on Twitter, but I do have it as a print also. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I keep moving the screen. Oh, don't move the screen. Can I lock the screen? Yeah, I can lock it. Give me a second. There you go. It's a little edited. I hid the registration and added my own little sticker, but this is a picture I took. So that's that. Hope you try to take this as a good learning experience and keep flying. Hell yeah. I'm not gonna stop flying. This is not gonna stop me. I'm definitely gonna keep flying. I'm pretty glad that I got to take off the neck brace, not only so because I can get inferiority, but that also means that I can fly. There is some good news. During my interviews, they sent me to like the doctors so they could like determine if I needed to do further medical testing. Just like depending on, like, that's a judgment of the doctor, like if they deem that it would help the investigation to know if I'm like healthy and stuff, to which he determined that I do not, and he just gave me my medical certificate back, which is good. If they determine that you don't need further medical testing, that means you can fly again right away. Unfortunately, I could not fly again right away because I had to wear a neck brace for a week, but now I don't have to wear a neck brace for a week, so I can fly as early as I get another slot. And the aviation authority does recommend that I go with with a certified instructor during my next flight. Hold on. Me when people text me. Right. Questions. Questions time. Meowdy Jake. The risk of PTSD, that's why they recommend an instructor. I don't know why they recommend an instructor on the next flight, but I also kind of understand it. I don't know the exact reason, but I understand it. It makes sense. I do have times. I do have times where I hold on, headset battery is low. Is it charging? It is. There is times. You enjoying your fidelity? It was good seeing me last night. Oh, it was good seeing you last night too. I'm streaming, just sharing my tale, sharing my story. Sharing my story with the gatitos. How's my ankle doing? 28%. Okay. Goodness gracious me. It is an interesting experience. It is definitely some interesting lore. Meowdy fracas. I wonder if I can find like an empty meetup instance. Ah! Who did that? Who did that? Who did that? Nitro. I wonder if I can find an empty. Oh, I got a maid dress too. I wonder if I can find an empty, like meetup instance or something. Now that I'm done. Ah, Jesus. Now that I'm done telling my story. Let's see what's up. Yeah, I can probably just use one of the community meetups. They're so empty. They go for 24 hours and they're empty as hell. Are they still there? Let's see what is in here. I keep getting like turned around. Oh, I opened a menu. Oops. Closes Saturday at 12. Oh, what? They're not doing the hangout, the meetup worlds for 24 hours anymore? What, the tuna? What, the tuna? I wanna go to man. Let me see. Let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can do. Oh, did I open the menu again? No, I didn't. Oh, there's an aeronautical aficionados meetup, but I don't want to stream that. You're so cute. Not you. Where's oh. Trying my best, dude. I'm trying my best. It's always the same with virality. I'm trying to find an empty place. An empty place to go. Something not too easy to be found. Can only be the community hangouts. Like, I don't know what else it could be. Change the community meetups. Will run for a full 24 hours after it starts. Well, what do you mean? For enthusiast. Are these the ones that are running? Oh, medical. Oh, I get it. I get it. Hold on. I understand this schedule now. Let me... I got it. I got it. Trust. What's no first left behind? Oh, hell yeah! Yeah, that's where I'm going. I found it. I found it. Found the right spot. Yeah. Oh, there's a menu. Socks is getting censored. Oh my goodness. Hmm. Boom. The bad thing about streaming in Plurality is that people are not gonna look at my status. They're gonna join me thinking that I'm not doing anything, and they're not gonna see the very obvious Twitch logo that's over my head, and they're not gonna read the status, and they're not gonna read anything. Turn off the music. Maybe the graphics. Oh my god. Is it not in the camera anyways? What the hell? The grass is not even in the camera. How am I in an empty instance? It was a party instance. Well, it wasn't a party instance. I'm not in a party instance anymore. Mr. Meow. Dude, I like the lighting in this world. Señor Meow. Hello, Mr. Meow.
Oh my gosh, what are you doing here?
What am I doing? I'm streaming. I'm streaming. I'm streaming. That's
oh, you're
what I'm
streaming?
doing.
Oh my god, you're streaming.
If you couldn't,
that makes
what did I
sense,
say?
makes sense.
What did I say? They were gonna join me without being able to see my status, and then not notice the very obvious Twitch logo floating over my head.
Well, I didn't see that one. I was clicking on your name, so.
Anyways, I don't mind that you joined. Sanfear, everybody! It's a DJ Meow.
Ah, Feliz Jueves, Feliz Jueves.
It's the Feliz Jueves cat.
Sadly,
If you
it's
know
not
them, you
Jueves
probably
today.
know from that. It's not Jueves. It was Jueves. Like, it was Jueves a few
It's
days
so
ago.
sad. I wish it was Jueves. I wish it was Jueves today. Then I can start over. I had missed so much virality already. Yesterday was the first time I was able to get on. I'm so busy.
Oh, I love Virality. I love Virality. Virality is awesome. It's really fun. You get to meet people. You get to see your friends that you haven't seen in a while, like Yob.
Yeah. Are you going to Latino meet?
There's a Latino meet.
Yeah, there's a Latino meet. I think it's around like on Sunday. One is 10 p.m.
Oh,
time,
I know what
and
you're talking
then
about.
One is 1 p.m. Yeah, I want to go to that. I missed like the DJ meet and the musician meet because that happened when I was too busy.
That's crazy. Are you surprise guest this year?
So
Oh no, didn't manage to get manage to be your surprise guest.
Not really.
So sad.
Not really.
So there
Not
is
this
no
time.
surprise. There is no
Not this
surprise
time.
guest this year. There's
No
no question marks.
So sorry, everyone.
There's no question
so sorry.
marks.
No surprise guest. I was not surprise guest, but maybe next year. I have plans for next year for sure.
Ooh. We need Mimo.
Yes.
We need DJ Mimo. We need more DJ Mimo.
I'm gonna do more like original music stuff. Like I wanna like have like a whole bunch of music that is just like stuff that I made. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Sounds nice.
Yes.
I'm excited.
It's fun, but that's so much work. Oh my gosh. I need to see you again. I miss you. You need to come to Utah again.
No. I'm going to Anthrocon.
Dang. I'm not doing Anthrocon this year. I'm doing Megaplex.
So many people are doing Megaplex instead of Anthrocon.
Yeah, I hear Megaplex is pretty good, so I just wanted to try it this year. This is my first Megaplex this year. 1 year I'll do Anthrocon, but I don't think that'll be this year. Maybe next year.
I might go to Megaplex at some point, because flying to Florida is pretty cheap.
Yeah.
At least for me.
Oh yeah. You're much closer, I think, to Florida than Pittsburgh. I think it's in Pittsburgh. I don't know where it's at.
It is in Pittsburgh, yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was right. I was like somewhere in Pennsylvania. I don't know. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh. They all start with P's.
I need... Oh my goodness. I think I'm gonna need to become tethered. Dude, I don't know why. My ankle one of my ankle trackers is like losing battery so much faster than the others. It's so sad.
Yesterday I had a little scare actually with one of my trackers. It like stopped tracking completely. And like I kept restarting it and like putting it back on and like it wouldn't fix. And then I started getting sad because I was like, oh my god, it's broken. Ah! You took my you took
I
my
took
liver.
your kidney.
You took my liver.
Your liver? Oh, you don't need it.
Oh my gosh, you took my kidney. Yeah, I don't use actually I kind of was destroying it yesterday. I was drinking so much last night.
I was drinking a lot last Jueves.
Last Jueves? Oh my god. What were you drinking?
What? What I was drinking? I was drinking a Fireball.
Yeah,
straight Fireball.
Oh, have you ever had Bisco? It's a Chilean brandy. I had Bisco.
Never heard of it.
It's good. It's really good. I also missed the Mayu meetup, which I'm also mad about. I was so sad that they put it on the first day. I didn't get to go to
that was such a weird like time slot to put the Mayu meetup at.
Yeah, I was like, do it on Sunday, so then I can actually go. I was at work at that day. I was like literally at like, cause I work in a lab now. I'm a lab technician.
Oh, you do? I did not know that.
I do. Yeah, I started recently, and I'm trying to go to school for it to like get higher positions. I'm gonna be a little nerd. I'm gonna be a little science nerd.
It's fine. We love our nerds. We love our nerds. I'm a plane nerd, so.
Yeah, I'm a big. Oh, you're a plane nerd. Oh my gosh, do you know Marvel? I should introduce you to Marvel. Marvel is also a plane nerd. They're a big plane nerd.
I mean, I am going to the aviation and aeronautics and aviation enthusiast meetup. That's happening in like 30 minutes.
I wonder if Marvel might be there. I don't know if Marvel is even playing VR this weekend. But if they are, they're definitely gonna be in that one. Yeah, they do a lot of plane stuff, so they're cool.
Oh, dude, oh my god. We have not talked in forever, dude. Since we last talked, I started flight school, got my pilot license, and caught in a plane incident. All that happened in the time.
You got in a plane incident?
Yeah, I was telling the story earlier.
Oh my god, that's so scary.
It was very
I'm scared
scary.
of planes.
You're scared of planes? I love planes.
Yeah, I had a fear of planes when I was younger, but I'm a little bit better now. But growing up, especially when I flew to Chile once, I was like essentially like in the seat, like praying. I I was so scared.
No, I'm the opposite. Ever since I was little, like when we would go on a plane trip, I would just get like a stupid smile on my face that nobody could get rid of.
Yeah. Well, like I'm okay now, but I think what caused it was the last time I flew before that, because it was like in like 2013 when I flew to Chile. Also, the plane that they used was like so like the worst turbulence ever. It was like the worst thing ever.
No, I mean, flying to Chile is pretty turbulent because you have to fly over the.
Oh yeah.
The what's it called? Los Andes.
The mountains. Yeah, the mountains. Yeah. Yeah, that place is scary. I had to fly from Santiago to Temuco, and there's a lot of like mountains there. Then I think that's what caused a lot of the turbulence.
Yeah, it does. The wind goes over the mountain, goes up.
Oh yeah, it's so scary though. It's so scary. But like, I think like what caused it was because there was I went to Florida with my dad, and when we were flying there was like a really bad storm going on.
Right.
And it was crazy because like we had to circle around the airport like 5 different times before we were able to actually land because the storm was really bad. And like it was funny because like my dad has flown so many times, so he was like, we're gonna be fine. And then the next minute he's like, you need to start praying. And I was like, no, we're gonna die. If you're scared, then what am I gonna be like? Like, oh my gosh, I was so scared.
Man, that's so evil.
I remember having I had my little PlayStation Portable and I was playing that. I was playing FIFA and then like my PSP. Yeah, I love my PSP. Oh my god, y'all have both Mayas. I don't know if I should bring my Mayu out.
I got half of me. I don't think you should bring your Mayu out. I don't think you should. I don't think you should bring my Mayu out. For me, no. For them, maybe. Actually, for them, definitely.
I'm scared though. They're probably gonna scare them.
How has your Meowdy been so far?
Do you know him? Do you know him?
No, I don't. But how is your Meowdy been?
I just started yesterday. I was like,
oh, okay. Holy shit, we have a lot of rituals.
I got to stay. I had to start late because I was at work and I had a DJ for the wedding.
How many rituals do we have?
Oh, thank you for the follow. Well, Sam. Well, Sam. Well, man. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing good. How is everyone doing today?
Hey. Hi.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, everybody's joining.
More money. Yeah.
Everybody's joining.
What is this like? Instance actually? Is it like a meet?
Yeah, it's like one of those meetups that go. Yeah, it's the meetup that goes for like 24 hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. I want to join one of those. Well,
that's what the Mayu meetup was. The Mayu meetup technically went on for like 24 hours, but nobody was in it.
Fucking, I didn't get to go.
It was only active like the first hour and a half, maybe. Then it just died down.
That sucks.
But like this, all the instances for this are empty.
Yeah. I want to go to freaking.
Oh my goodness, I'm hungry. I'm starving.
They're all gone. Oh, I have a chicken sandwich from Popeyes.
Oh, don't say that. Dude, my stepmom has been doing this thing where she gets like in some sort of fit or something. She's just upset at I don't know why, and just decides to not let me eat her food, so I have to cook for myself. And there's nothing to cook.
Oh yeah. No food.
I'm probably gonna make myself some like instant ramen or something. Oh, you are a chef, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I cook really good.
There goes dog.
Flying cat thing.
Dude, it's my little meow meow.
His
name is Gerald.
Oh,
okay, hold on. I can fix that.
Can you make him do a backflip?
Well, you can try.
Dang. Oh, it's a backpack.
Go there, cat.
Oh,
Whoa.
hello.
It's a Meow.
It is a Mimo. It is a
He
robot
looks up
Mimo.
to you. Give him some encouraging words.
It's a
It
beep
actually
boop
reminds me of
Mimo.
my actual cat. It looks
Meow.
like Panchito. My cat Panchito. Have you seen Panchito or something? I don't think you've seen them.
I think you've shown it to me. I think you've. Yeah, you've sent me pictures of Panchito. No, yeah, you've sent me pictures for sure.
I love Panchito. Yeah.
It's here. It's the
More Meow.
So many Mimos. Hello, Vincent. You're blocking the camera. Hello, hi.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know there was a camera.
My cat's flying.
Oh my gosh,
Are you live right now?
I thought I had you added. Are you part of the
Oh, you
Doki
are.
group?
I wasn't.
Okay.
I'm joining it now, though. Bless you, oh my.
Salud.
Dude, you sneeze like a dad.
I know, that was
I'll
like
wait.
the goodest sneeze ever.
that was such a dad sneeze.
Oh wait.
No, that's all I'm gonna say about it.
Everybody else in here said it, but you're not gonna say it.
That's just Vincent.
Yeah, I said salud. No, I said
Yeah,
salud.
they said it.
He doesn't speak Spanish. He doesn't know that you said it.
Oh,
Just
so
don't
it
worry.
doesn't.
Don't worry.
I do
Oh,
now
so
though.
it's not
Thank you.
supposed to be
Thank
a-
you.
So it
How do I
wasn't
say
supposed
thank you in Spanish?
I was a little too flabbergasted by how aggressive it was to wish you to wish you to bless you.
I think of Mr. Bean. Gracias.
I was a little too
I butchered that like a
flabbergasted.
motherfucker.
Like a mother flapper, is that what you said?
Dude,
Oh, gosh, okay. My phone got
you're
stuck.
out of here. You can't just join my stream and start swearing. That's not how it works. There's a PG-13 stream,
What the tuna?
and you go and you use the only F word we had for the stream. You just wasted it.
Wait,
You just
what?
wasted it. It's PG-13, dude. We only get one F-bomb.
No.
What did I say?
Dude,
Why are you in a suit?
we only get one
Oh my gosh.
F-bomb, and you just waste it like that.
Dude, I'm gonna talk to my lawyer.
It's okay, none of us heard it. Let's
No,
not
no, I don't
hear
hear Who said? Wait, did I curse? What?
You didn't even notice.
I mean,
Damn.
I
I
didn't
don't
know.
remember. It never happened if you don't remember.
It's not true. Didn't happen.
That is
It didn't
that you
happen.
should never say that ever again.
Explodes.
The Meow.
This is Gerald, though. You can pick him up. He does
Gerald.
things like. He has a name tag. Look, he has a name tag on him. See?
Gerald.
You're just shoving him on my face.
Dude, you wanna hold my cat?
He's a sponsor, too.
He is a sponsor, bro. We paid a lot of money for his ticket. A whole.
Like, did you actually? Is that your badge or his badge?
It's his badge. Look.
Oh, it's his own badge. Yeah, he's Gerald. Meow meow. Okay, all right.
He's just kind of mad right now. He's kind of angry.
No, he's being
He's
hit
his
by the
own
scrap, of
person.
course he's
Dude.
gonna
He
be
just-
angry.
Whoa, that's a weird.
He's just cool like that.
It's over there now.
Oh yeah, he's desynced. He's like incredibly desynced. It's really funny.
No. Socks
No, it's just-
T-posing for
Okay,
dominance.
okay. For lunch, for dinner tonight, we're gonna go. Right. Okay. For dinner tonight, we're gonna. I want to go out. I'm thinking Taco Bell, Subway, not Raisin Cane's. I don't want to eat that again.
Hold on. Are these your options, or just gonna go to all of them?
Maybe all of them. You know.
Oh my
these
God.
possibly options. You know. I'm looking for opinions.
buy one thing from each. So like a cola.
Buy a drink from I'm gonna get a footlong from Subway, the Sprite from McDonald's, and just like the sauce from Taco Bell.
Hydrate. And do that.
Exactly. Should do that. Totally.
Honestly, dude, there's this Cake Burger place where I live.
I mean, I just had dino nuggets at McDonald's. It was new.
I'm sorry, your McDonald's
Hungry.
sells dinosaur chicken nuggets?
My tummy's rumbling.
Yeah. They also
What?
have veggie nuggets. Which is kind of...
Dinosaur chicken nuggets from McDonald's actually kind of slat. Sounds like it. Sounds really good.
They do. They are really good. I'm gonna.
You're so like,
Hello.
why?
Morning.
What do you mean good morning?
Business in the front, business in the front, party in the bottom.
It's the morning in Australia.
Can you
There's
give
nothing,
us a
no
life
offense.
advice, Professor?
A life advice?
What do you mean morning?
Don't crash a
Australia?
plane.
No. Oh yeah, that's fine.
Damn,
Have a good night.
Damn, that's some pretty good advice.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that sounds like a good idea.
Some pretty good advice. Did you talk about that or no?
Yeah, I told it. I told the entire story, dude.
Good thing Twitch has a real playback.
The stream. I'm gonna have to watch the vlog.
I think he's fucking. I think he's messing with us, but
So I couldn't hear it. Sadly.
Yeah, no, I was in like a private instance. Tiny, I'm so sad that Tiny left. Tiny opened like a party instance for me, so I could like be alone in the instance and stream just on my own time. So that's cool. I moved to this one though, because if anyone wanted to join, you would have to go through Tiny, and then so I just moved to an empty hangout instance. What I didn't account is that now friends of friends are gonna join them.
I hid my location after.
You've got a
I
Twitch icon
realized.
above your head. How did you get that?
He's just better than
Um,
you.
So you open Unity.
Oh.
I know. I see you.
So you open
sucks.
Unity, and then you give it a nice shader so it doesn't show up in any cameras or mirrors.
So
No, of
somebody-
course, of course.
you remember the person that was taking a picture of me for the little poster thing? And they sent me it, and it looks kind of. It looks like we're all.
They finished it
running, like,
already?
it's just
That
a
was so
bunch of us, like,
fast.
Dude, it's done already. It's insane. Yeah.
Wasn't that yesterday?
Yeah. Oh, I made. Oh. Ooh.
Oh my goodness. No, I might cut the stream early just so I can go like eat something, and then go to the aviation meetup.
Kinda mystery.
Dude,
What time is
I
it?
slept for
15
6 hours.
15:34. Probably gonna give it like 5 more minutes. I might
Not a lot.
end earlier stream,
Don't worry, I'll be part of Vincent's stream.
cause are you streaming too, Vincent?
Oh yeah, it's my camera right there. Just a bit easy. Oh,
Where's,
yeah,
where's
Oh,
your
I see it.
little Twitch thing?
I don't have one.
Where's your Twitch thing? You're not. Oh, where's your avatar redeems? Avatar clothing redeems. SMH. Oh, what?
What the heck, man?
It tasted good. It tastes like grapes.
Grapes.
Can I
would
eat
have
your
thought it would
Twitch
taste
logos
like
off?
electricity.
Nope.
What if I asked really nicely?
Can I have a meal?
Can I have your tuna?
As Astrum.
No.
That pool of green slime. Man.
I'll do that.
I
I'll
don't
ask
think so.
Yeshua for my monthly rations.
Lots of green.
Yeah.
Look.
My rations.
Yeah, my rations. My raisins.
2 square inches of tuna.
I think your cat fell.
Did you die? Are you dead?
I think it's.
We got robot socks. Hello.
Robot socks? Oh, I guess that's the thing.
Professor socks
yeah.
or whatever.
Beep boop.
Beep, beep, boop,
Blah,
up.
beep.
Beep, beep, bop, up.
That's what I'm
Have
saying.
have you checked out the hub yet?
Yeah,
we should
it's pretty cool.
It's okay. I think it's a lot less straightforward than last year. Why is my cat flying? Dude, what are you doing?
Figure out how to get that alien game to work?
No. I want to go explore and get the achievements with someone. I still gotta go complete the dealer's den stuff. That's gonna be a pain. I'll probably do that later today. There are tons of achievements. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but what do you get from them? Is what I mean.
I don't know. Bragging rights.
Yeah,
Bragging rights. Say. I don't think anybody's actually put it on that.
Meowdy Hoppy.
What? Oh.
Meowdy Hoppy. It's been really long since I last saw you live.
Bing bong.
Anyway, have a nice stream. Saludos desde España. Ah, hola, hola. Saludos. Qué bueno verte.
So I gotta message Doki
I'm
because I know they can do the
raid Vincent. I'm gonna raid Vincent. They're doing 24-hour stream. They're streaming all of Virality. They're a nice little bean. They're a nice little bean.
I don't think they'll be able to do that.
Oh my god.
But I know they can do the hair, which I'm super excited about. Are there any other Dokis that have 2 Doki suits?
The hair is also a great.
Yeah, but
they
can
are.
do the hair. Vincent has his hair done.
I don't have that.
They're a nice little bean. They're streaming Virality for like many hours.
He's leaving us. He hates us.
So I'm gonna go eat. I'm hungry. I'm starving, and there is an aviation meetup coming up in like 20 minutes. So I'm gonna go get a quick snack so my tummy is not hungry. You guys are awesome. I'm very glad to be able to talk to you guys. I'm happy that nothing happened. I'm happy to be alive. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to my story. I might make a video about this, so look out for that. I might know. I will make a video about this. I'll see you guys around in Virality. That's gonna be fun. You guys enjoy Vincent Kitty, who is also with me. They're streaming all of Virality, so if you're not able to make it to Virality, you might want to watch their stream so you get a little bit of the experience, you know? And you guys are awesome. Remember to join the Discord server. Sorry for the short stream. I'm just hungry. I'm just a hungry little kitty. If I can... There we go. You can join the Discord server so you're notified next time I go streaming or just any fun stuff. There's lots of nice people that want to hang out with you. You guys are awesome, being great. You guys have a great day. Bye.